homosexuality, you know, the whole bit. That's pretty much what it's about, man. You know, and then it says, how the hell are you gonna say that all men are equal, but then you're enslaving people? How does that make sense? If you're making another people subordinate to your people, and deliberately, you know what I'm saying? Everything the white man stole, he hasn't made right anything that he's wrong. So therefore, how can he be the representation of Christianity, of purity, and you know, and sanity? You know, our people look at the white man like he's a lamb, like he's the one to follow, like he's the shepherd, the good man. You know, but really he showed himself to be what? The dragon, man, the Satan. Right. The Satan is what? The word Satan means what? Adversary. Right. Adverse to what? Who is he adverse to? Anything that's of holiness, man. Right. He's gonna say he's profane. Any man profane than Esau? Yeah, because he's the devil.
Right. But my thing is this: at the end of the day, they use Christianity just to kind of present themselves before the Most High. Okay, when in fact what they're trying to do is they're trying to cover their asses. They're trying to say, well, we're God-fearing people, we're pure people. But that's all bullshit. Because see, when we check their historical past, it ain't looking too good. Right, look at that. Post the camera on that. That's what they did a couple hundred years ago. And you know what too, when you check something out, they were even doing this in the 1960s.
Yeah.
All right?
They
were literally. But these same motherfuckers, they'll say that, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a God-fearing Christian. Okay? Yeah. And then they'll say, look, brother, you know, Jesus is your Lord and Savior, but they'll treat you like shit at the same time. They'll talk shit behind your back. You understand what I'm saying? And hey, but I'm not mad about that.
Yeah,
because, you know, in a sense, we are mad in a sense about that. But we gotta be spiritual too, because that's how the devil is. The Lord said, I have created all things, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he has to play that part. He has to play the devil, but he's just being stupid because what he's doing is he's withholding his true self. Why are you gonna withhold your true self? Just be yourself, be the devil. The Lord created you to be the devil. Don't use some old bogus Christianity to cover your ass. Just keep it real, man. You don't like blacks, you don't like people of color, just keep the shit real. Okay, and stop perpetrating the fraud. You know, yeah, I say that to everybody, you know. Yeah, so you got a precept, right?
Yeah. It says Job 20, verse 11.
Yep.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
Right, that's going into how from the beginning of time, when you go all the way back to Genesis 4, when Esau was Cain in the reincarnation. Okay, he was the first sinner on the earth, and then he came back as Esau and, you know, did more wickedness. All right? All throughout ancient Rome, the ancient Greeks, they were going against our people and everything like that. And even up to now, so go on.
It says, his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
Right, which shall lie down with him in the dust. So even when he dies, those sins are still going to be there. He's going to have to play out those sins. That's why in the kingdom of heaven, Esau's going to go through a lot of ills. Yeah. Okay, in the kingdom, because he has to pay for what he did 2,000 years ago, and also during the time of ancient Babylon, when they said race it to the foundation era, when the Babylonians took our cities down. So they have to pay for that too.
We'll do with that.
That's right. What's going on? Yeah, you can hold the sides down there.
Take another one out.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So these devils, they like to use Christianity as a scapegoat just to avoid their judgment. But hey, the Lord ain't dealing with Christianity. The Lord is dealing with what was written down, man, by the apostles and the scribes. Okay, that's all he's dealing with. Yeah, one more precept. You got a precept? Okay, go on.
Psalms 136, verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem.
And that's a beautiful scripture, because see, the Lord remembers what Esau did. The Lord remembers what these devils did back in the past. I'll never finish this.
Who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right. So Esau gotta pay for that. But the point of the matter is, the Lord remembers everything. The Lord remembers the righteousness that was done on earth and the wickedness that was done on earth. Okay? And that's the whole thing. And all of those things that happened on this earth, the Lord is recovering that information or that record or the records. So Esau is going to get judged accordingly to what he has done. All right? Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. That wasn't written for no reason. That was written for a reason. So now, you what you got, brother. Let me finish that.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
You're going.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
And that's what you call hardcore hatred. Because they showed us hatred in Ezekiel 35, because thou hast had perpetual hatred for thy brother Jacob. And we're going to show that hatred by smashing their young ones apart, man. Smashing their toddlers apart. But that's going to come in the kingdom. When we have full control over them. When we have full control over them, we're going to treat them like they ain't like worse than dogs, man. We're going to treat them worse than animals. Because they under the animal. You know what? The animals, they're much more better than these devils out here. Because guess what, baby? Pursuant to Obadiah in the first chapter, and I believe the 15th verse, it tells you about how they're going to be eradicated off the face of the map. So every creature on earth, every fly, butterfly, whatever flies out there, every creature on earth is going to remain on the earth. But these Edomites are not going to be on the earth anymore. Now that's the judgment of the Most High right there. If that ain't judgment, I don't know what is. Let me read this. Go on.
It's Isaiah 14 and 21, and it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers. Oh, I didn't do it to you. I didn't enslave you. My ancestors did it. But who are your ancestors? Okay? Who are your ancestors? Because you're your ancestors coming back in the reincarnation. Life goes by cycles. Okay? You don't die once and then you burn in hell for eternity, or you go into heaven. No. When you die, you come back on earth as a newborn baby. Okay, the spirit that's within you will always remain when you come back as a newborn baby. That's the cycle of life. Go on, brother.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right. Like, for example, Africa, America, all of these different lands, they named it after their own names. That's not going to happen anymore. Because they're going to be enslaved with picking cotton, okay, doing hardcore work, construction, building temples, and all of that, man. Working on the sewage system. They're gonna have the worst jobs known to man. All right, and that's the way it's gonna go down. So that's it on that, right? Go on.
So Ecclesiastes 3 and 15, and it says, that which have been is now.
There you go.
And that which is to be have already been. And the Most High requires that which is past.
That's the key. That's key into the point. So basically, the Lord remembers everything. So just because you come under this created philosophy such as Christianity, that don't mean that the Lord is just going to forgive you because you now declared devout Christian now. You a God-fearing man now. No, the Lord is going to look at you based on what you've done on the earth in the past, okay, and further prior, even all the way up to this present moment, okay, and that's not going to change. That's not going to change, man. Okay, we had to go down for what we did wrong and what the Lord's chosen people. Okay, you're giving the bachelor.
Psalms 43 verse 1. Judge me, O Most High, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation.
Right, plead my cause against an ungodly nation. That ungodly nation, the numero uno nation, is the nation of Edom. And they're proving themselves to be ungodly all throughout the earth, all throughout history.
No, when it goes off.
Okay, and that's going to go down as soon as the third chapter.
Tell them. Sorry?
Okay,
so just give him a sign. Right now it's still recording, yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
When it goes off, just give him a sign that's going off.
They're proving themselves to be ungodly. Even when you go back to the Greeks, that's when you had a lot of pedophilia going on, starting out. Which really, I'm gonna be honest, that whole pedophilia bullshit goes back to the Canaanites. That's what they were doing, okay? Esau went ham. He went all the way in with that bullshit because he's the wicked. So everything that's wicked, he's going to do it times 100, man. Go on, brother. Let me finish that.
Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man.
Right, deliver me from the deceitful and the unjust man. And that's what the Lord is going to do. That's why he's coming a second time, to recover the elect that are scattered abroad. That's why the scriptures also say, deliver us from unreasonable, wicked, and evil men. Okay? And that also includes the 2/3 too, because you got scoffers and scorners talking shit about us. Alright? So we're going to be delivered from amongst them. Okay? But what we going to do is keep on.
For thou art the God of my strength.
Right, for thou art the power of our strength. And that's right. We depend on Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. We don't depend on no different God out there. We depend on Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. While these jokers out here, they depend on the poor. Or they depend on some clergy, man, they go to. As it states in the scriptures, woe unto them that put their trust in man and make arms their flesh. Okay? And that's the whole thing right there. But we put our trust in Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. That's the difference. Go on.
Why dost thou cast me off? Why go I mourning because of the oppression of the enemy?
Right, because of the oppression of the enemy. So we're mourning on that situation. And this is something that David is prophesying while he's writing these songs, which are known as the Psalms. Okay? The songs of David.
Psalm 40 verse 4. Blessed is that man that maketh Yahweh his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies.
Right, and that's it on that. Okay, so read that verse again. I didn't catch it, that's why I said what I said.
Psalms 40 verse 4. Blessed is that man that maketh Yahweh his trust,
Right.
and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies.
Right, and that's what we do. We trust in the Lord. We don't respect these clergymen out here, or these false pastors out here that have deceived multiple different people by the millions. Okay, we put our trust in the Lord, the Spirit, which is this gospel. Okay, you got people, they'll come up, say, what's your religion? Are you Christians or whatever? So people have been deceived to believe that the Bible has something to do with the ideology and the philosophy, the thing called Christianity, when in fact, the Bible says something totally different, and the philosophy of Christianity says something, again, totally different. All right? This is the last precept, but I got to read this.
Psalm 31 verse 6. I have hated them that regard lying vanities,
Right.
but I trust in Yahweh.
That's it on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this. Right, it says, we have searched out the scriptures to ensure that we hold the truth as preached by the original believers in Yahweh Shai. Such searching can be done by any individual who is seeking for truth. It takes an open and independent mind, one which comes to the importance of finding the true origin, the true original doctrine, or doctrines as taught in the scriptures, and holding fast to them. It clearly does matter what we believe and to ensure that we have not been deceived. So based on us having this gospel and not going by Christianity, we know without a shadow of a doubt we're not being deceived. Okay, because as we're going to find out, as I read through this article, you're going to find out that this doctrine has changed its values. Okay, didn't the Lord said I changed not? So why are they changing? Hold on to that, bro. Let me finish this. It says, as taught in the scriptures and holding fast to them, it clearly does matter what we believe in to ensure we have not been deceived by any apostate system. The word apostate means fallen.